Year of the Rabbit? No. It's the year of GTA 6. At least I hope. I mean, we all hope. If not, I'll be the first to put on the clown makeup. I mean, Rockstar should be first because last year they said they'd be giving us some information soon. It's been like 4 months and nothing's happened. But regardless, 2023 does in fact look like the year for the GTA 6 announcement, the GTA 6 trailer, the logo, all of that stuff. Hopefully it comes sooner rather than later. But this is definitely going to be the year we talk a lot about GTA 6. Now, I've already made a video about a week ago on sort of everything that happened in 2022. Of course, there was that major leak in September, and we're actually going to be diving back into that because as people are bored, they're diving back into these videos, rewatching them, looking over them, and finding new information. And that's one of the things we're going to be talking about in this video, the minimap. It does maybe look like there's going to be some pretty major changes to the minimap in GTA 6. Maybe more realistic changes. So if you are a fan of realism in your GTA games, well, you might like this change. If you're not, you may hate it. I want to give a shout out to Skirm Fiend on Reddit. He was the one who actually made a post about this. But after rewatching the videos myself, there was a bunch of things that I actually noticed that I thought were pretty interesting and I wanted to share them. Now, before we get into this, like all the other leaked videos I've done in the past, I can't show you guys the footage. I wish I could, I can't. If you want to find the GTA 6 leaked footage for yourself, just Google it. I'm sure there'll be somewhere you could find it. Hell, I think I even seen a couple of YouTube videos that have been up for months and Rockstar hadn't taken them down. So maybe you can find them on YouTube, but if you do end up finding the clips, then you can go through and note all of this stuff yourself. But the main point, the minimap, the thing that's been pretty consistent throughout every GTA game, it might be going away. Not really going like away, but there might be a realism aspect to it. The main point we're going to be touching on is the fact that when you're on foot, you might no longer see the minimap. And the minimap will only show up once you get into vehicles. So it would almost work like a GPS. Like, it's a realistic scenario, I guess, if you want to classify it as that, where, like, you know, IRL, you don't have a map. I mean, maybe on your phone. But when you get in a car, then you get the maps and everything shows up. And the reason this theory, this speculation is coming out is because there's one particular clip in the leaked footage where Jason, one of the main characters, he is cutting into a container, I guess to steal some things or to restock or something. But in this clip, at the bottom left, while he's on foot, while he's just running around, there is no minimap. However, once he gets on the dirt bike, which is also in this container, then the minimap all of a sudden shows up. So this might indicate that Rockstar is willing to add some realism to the game. Maybe not things like you run out of gas because that's a little bit too realistic, but certain things like this that do make it a little bit more immersive. While you're on foot, you don't have a minimap, but when you get into a vehicle, then all of a sudden the minimap shows up. Now, this could also be a setting, and maybe this would be the best route for Rockstar to go. They have like an immersive setting versus non-immersive traditional setting. And, you know, so that gives people the option to choose whether you want the minimap on and the HUD on at all times, or if you want the HUD and the minimap to only show up, you know, in certain times. But it doesn't just end there, because I went through all the other footage and there were a couple of other interesting things that do support this theory. So there's a lot of clips where the characters are just running around, and for the most part, there is no minimap in those clips. You can see Jason running around, you can see Lucia running around, shooting guns, interacting with the world. There's no minimap. But in pretty much all the clips where they're in vehicles, there is a minimap. Now, there were two exceptions to this, but I have another theory. The two exceptions, one of them was when the cops were on, I think it was Lucia, she was just shooting at the cops. She did have a minimap, even though she was on foot, she wasn't in a vehicle. And the minimap did show like where the cops were. The other exception was when Jason was in a club or some interior doing a mission, and he had to follow someone on the minimap. There was a little yellow circle sort of indicating where he needed to go. And specifically in that mission, and I wish I could really show you guys the picture, but if you go to that clip, if you ever find the footage, at the bottom left on the minimap, there's actually a command that is readable that says, dash force show radar is active. So there's actually a command in the game to force the radar to always be on, which indicates that it's not always on. And I think that's maybe the biggest hint that this sort of realism factor may be coming in GTA 6. But again, if there is that command, then more than likely there's going to be a setting in the start menu. You can always have it on or only have it on, you know, in certain scenarios. So my theory regarding the minimap is that it doesn't show up if you're just playing, you're just running around until something that, you know, is active on your minimap, like a mission waypoint or like cops, or of course getting into a vehicle. And I think that's actually the best case scenario for a realistic, immersive way to have the minimap in GTA. When you're just walking around, you know, enjoying the world, you don't have this giant HUD on your screen to sort of distract you. You can just sort of truly immerse into the environment, which that's awesome. I mean, I love that in video games. But then when you do get cops on you, when you have things you have to go find or follow, or when you're in a vehicle, then of course the minimap shows up to help you out so you don't get annoyed, you know, because you don't know where the cops are, you don't know where you have to go. This actually sounds like a really cool change to the minimap, and I hope it actually is accurate. I mean, of course, the footage we've seen was from like the alpha version of the game, so it's not 100% confirmed or 100% accurate. Things can always change, but if there was a command called force show radar, and if in a lot of the clips where the characters are on foot there is no radar, then we might not always see that minimap or the rest of the HUD. So let us know in the comments, how do you guys feel about this if this ends up being the case? I mean, we've already gone over a couple other things from these leaked videos, like pretty major police changes. I'll leave links at the top right. You can check out some of the other videos I've made on these leaked videos if you have missed them. But I do think this is a very interesting take on the minimap and the HUD in general, and I think it's a really nice change. And at this point, after seeing, you know, this sort of realistic approach, I wonder what other sort of things they're going to be changing to make it a little bit more realistic. Maybe the fact that you can only have a handful of weapons on you and not the entire arsenal like they have in GTA 5. I think that's a cool, realistic change. But I wonder what else. So that's going to do it for the GTA 6 video today. There'll be a lot more GTA 6 videos over the next couple of weeks and months. And over the course of this year, honestly, I definitely want to dive a lot deeper into the GTA 6 speculation and discussion, mainly because that's what's fun to talk about. So if you don't want to be a part of that and you want to talk more about GTA 6 and discuss GTA 6, then definitely hit that subscribe button if you are new around here. But thank you all for watching. That's going to do it for the video. Please drop a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more GTA content. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.